What is going on, guys? Toxico here, and welcome back to another Brawl Stars video. Today, we are going to be ranking all of the ranked modifiers that have been put into the game right now. And let's be real, majority of them are not good. There's a couple that are good, but majority of them suck. And we're going to get through, currently there is 13 that have been in the game, and there's obviously going to be more. So, without further ado, let's get into it, starting off with everybody's favorite, the Classic modifier. It's the Classic. It's what this game is all about. It's the only S tier probably on the list. It's Classic. You can't go wrong with Classic. Next up, we have Big Friend. Big Friend, I actually like Big Friend. I think it shifts up the meta a little bit. Now, it's kind of brain dead because literally all you do is you pick one brawler that has a lot of HP, and then two brawlers that are squishy that have insane damage to counter the tankier option. And for that kind of makes it just tricky and a little bit less brain dead. So for me, it's going to be in the B tier. It's not horrible, but it's not great. Next up, we have Gadgets Galore, which I like the concept, but it's just, I honestly think it just makes gadgets worse because a 15-second cooldown is very long. Now, I get it. The whole point is to spam gadgets, but that's not really how you want to do it because there's some brawlers where you want to save gadgets for the right time, but also some you might have to use in less than 15 seconds. So if anything, it actually makes it a little bit worse for gadgets. But I see the concept there. Maybe if they made it like 10 seconds, it'd be a little bit better. It might be a little more chaotic, but I feel like it doesn't change much. So I think I'm just going to put it in the B tier for now. Like, the concept is there, and it's not a bad one, but right now it just isn't great. Next up is, I forget what it's called, but basically it doubles the progression. So in Brawl Ball, you need one goal to win. Hot Zone, the zone captures faster. And I like it. It makes games faster. The only problem is if comebacks are a lot harder to happen, and it's just base racing. And that's the only disadvantage of this mode. Otherwise, I actually like this mode because it shows you have to really play it cautiously in some game modes, like Gem Grab. You have to make that right moment. Bounty, you can't play aggressive and give up all your stars because you will lose the game right then and there. So I like this one. Next up, we got Healing Winds. And this one's only good for healers. And since there's not very many in the game, majority of them are banned. So, honestly, it doesn't really change the meta that much. It's only good for Poco, Byron, Pam, Doug, all those brawlers that have healing, Barry. So, that really doesn't change too much. And majority of the time, they're banned. So, honestly, this one's a C tier. I don't really like this one. Next up is Swift. Basically, every time you hit a main attack, you get a slight speed boost. I like it, but it doesn't shift the meta really that much. So, it's kind of one of those balanced game modes where who cares. So, I'll put it in the B tier. Next up, we have Quickfire. Now, I like Quickfire. Quickfire is fun. The biggest problem with Quickfire is it is super brain dead and takes very little to no skill, but it's really fun to just burst out a lot of damage and just spam the auto-aim button. That's what I like about it. They're trying to make ranked more fun, and Quickfire definitely fulfills it. Now, it has a lot of brain dead brawlers. Like, you've got Gale, Leon, Griff, all of those brawlers with so many projectiles that you can just spam auto-aim and just shred. In Heist, maybe they should make it so you can't farm off the Heist safe. I think that just makes it a little bit too cheesy. But I just love the ability to spam. So I like this one. I'm going to put it in A tier. Next up, we've got Time Detonation. Basically, over time, the map will open up, starting from the outside and working its way in. I think the biggest problem with this game mode is that it opens up the map a little bit too fast. Now, I think if it was a little bit slower, it'd be better. But it's literally just sharpshooter heaven. So for me, I think right now it just needs work. I think it's a B tier. Next up is Barbed Ammo, and this one doesn't really change that much either. It's kind of just one of those modes where brawlers really aren't impacted. The only brawler that gets a decent impact is RT because he has the mark, which will automatically deal extra damage. But that's kind of it. Like, other than that, it doesn't do anything. So another one I'm just going to put in the B tier. Next up, we've got Second Wind. Oh, boy. This was the worst idea ever. I legitimately didn't play ranked because of this modifier this season. One of the worst ideas ever put into the game. You respawn where you died. This was so dumb in so many just different archetypes. This one was legitimately unplayable. So, absolutely not. One of the worst ones ever. Do not bring it back. It's such a bad idea. Such a bad concept. Next up, we've got Sick Beats. One that is actually very interesting. No knockback, no nothing. So it's literally just hit your shots and don't abuse cheese. So you can't put anybody in a stun lock. So there's a big meta shift here because brawlers that don't have a stun lock and just deal punch are significant. So the meta really shifts in this one, and you really have to play it. So I actually like this one a lot. I'm going to put it in the A tier. Next up, we've got Bushy, whatever. I don't like this one. I'm going to put it in the C tier, and this is why. Because, like, over time, the bush will get bigger in the center, but majority of the time, the bush doesn't even get that big, and it only benefits the brawlers that are good in bushes. And majority of the time, there's bushes in the center of the map, unless it's like gem grab or something, but if you have one wall break or an amber, you're going to destroy that grass in a second, and then, yes, it will regrow, but in knockout, it just gets destroyed anyways. Bounty, who cares? It's long range. Heist, it's not really going to make that big of a difference. You got maps like Kaboom Canyon, Hot Potato, where there's already grass in the center, so I don't really see this one. And last but not least is Instant Overtime, which is very similar to Time Detonation. The only difference is everything's destroyed instantaneously, so the only good thing is literally sharpshooters. The map is completely open, and if there's water, sure. But it's boring. It's like sharpshooters run this. So that's the only reason I do not like this mode at all. And for that reason, I'm going to put it in the C tier as well. So actually perfect. So I have 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. So it kind of makes an odd shape, but that's going to be it for this video. Nice and short one today. Hopefully that's better for you guys because there's not a lot of ranked modifiers, and we need some comments below. What are your guys' idea on new ranked modifiers? Or what's your idea to tweak some of these? What can we do to make another S tier? Because none of these are S tier, let's be real. I like a lot. I like a couple of them. And some of them have potential. But you can't beat the classic modifier. It's just a classic. So, but that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, let me know in the comments your ranked game modes ideas. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one.